Happy. What is today? Losing count of my days because I'm on vacation days. It's Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, everybody. I told you yesterday that I was going to be making ribs. I'm going to show you how I do that process to start off with. I've got myself a Bighorn pellet smoker. It's electric. Plugs into the side of the house here. Get electricity. I have my pellets in here. I use sometimes between cherry pellets, mesquite, and competition blend. I've cleaned out my smoker already. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on, and I'm going to kick it up into the smoke area just to get the pellets going into the auger so I can get some good smoke going. And then I'm going to turn it up to 250 to start my ribs and hopefully get a good internal temp of the smoker at 225. Alright, so I told you I was going to make my ribs today. I have two baby back full slab ribs here.
Where'd you get them from?
I don't know, where did you get them from?
I got them from Kroger.
So these actually feel like they've got a lot more meat on them. I think when I picked up this rack of ribs, that probably weighed 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds maybe.
You know they put that on the package.
I didn't pay attention to that. It doesn't matter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my rubs on there, and my rubs are, the first thing I'm going to put on there is my bourbon chipotle bacon rub. I just put that on there first to just a little bit of salt flavor, and to baconize the bacon some more, because
You're baconizing pork.
really this is already going to taste like bacon.
It's bacon pork.
So this is, right now the meat side is down. This is the back side, the bone side. Next thing I'm going to do is put on my mustard. My mustard is not for flavor. It is just a binder.
Binding agent.
Get the rub mixed all in there. Didn't use too much mustard, as you can see. I'm just going to rub it in.
Now, if the kids were home, Sophia usually comes over and tries to help because she loves to touch gross things. But our son Colton would not step anywhere near this. He doesn't like to touch gross things.
Try and get all the sides, all the edges. I'm going to add my rub next. Be very generous with the rub. Very generous, because it's all going to cook off pretty much anyway. Very generous. Gotta make it so it's like almost all the way orange. And I used two different rubs just because I was running low on that one. That's my Weber Grill Smoking rub. And this one I just got yesterday. It's called Bone Sucking Sauce Seasoning and Rub. So should be finger licking good when it's all said and done.
But the rib's going to taste weird because one side's one rub and one side's the other rub.
Yeah, they both are going to be the same pretty much. They all use the same ingredients pretty much. Alright, now that I finished that side, I'm going to do
Oh, let's make a big mess all over Aaron's countertops.
the meat side. Yeah, I didn't make no mess.
Does everybody see those right there? You all see that? Yep. Okay.
That's not a mess. You know, see her cooking.
Is the kitchen fairy going to come clean that up?
Probably.
Wow. Do you guys have a kitchen fairy that does all your kitchen work for you?
You have a kitchen fairy that does all your work after the cooking is all done.
And you have a kitchen fairy that's going to clean up this mess right there. Okay.
Probably should have put on. A lot of people use rubber gloves to do this. I probably should too. But,
Black gloves are the best.
yeah. Just so you're not getting garbage all over the products you're using.
It's called cross-contamination.
Yeah.
I learned that from my cooking shows. That's why I wanted to get a touchless sink thing so you could just touch it like this and it would go on. Maybe in our next house.
Maybe.
Down the road.
So here we are, putting more rub on again. Getting it nice and orange from our rub. Don't even let the mustard show or any of the red show if you can.
It's like coloring.
Yep. Just getting rid of everything that I can see that isn't orange.
Our kids are going to come home from school. They'll be like, what'd you do today, Mommy and Daddy? We made rub.
Alright, so after this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the ribs. I'm going to put them down on the smoker. I'm going to put them on the bone side down so the meat side is facing up. The meat will go meat side down halfway through after I wrap them. And then I also took ski soda, which I'm going to spray down my ribs every half hour on the smoker with ski soda. Now that's going to flavor some of it. It's also going to tenderize some of the meat and give it a little bit of a bark and a caramelization from the sugars that will cook onto it. So it'll give us a nice flavor. Alright, so I'm going to put my ribs on the smoker right now. This gauge is reading at about a little less than 300. I don't believe that too much. I've got a digital gauge down here. It's saying it's at 255. What I really want to hit is about 225. So I'm probably going to go between 225 and 250 on that. I forgot to lay down foil on here, so I'm going to go do that right now. Alright, so now we got the foil on. I'm going to lay my ribs out onto the foil here. Like I said, meat side up. Alright, and I'm going to give that about 3 hours. We'll check on it in 3 hours, probably bring it inside and wrap it. I'm going to continuously spray these down, and I'll show you later. Alright, I'm out my first half hour in. At a steady 250. Ribs are starting to brown up a little, orange up. This is where I told you I'm going to spray with that ski soda. Help keep the ribs wet. Draw out a little bit of flavor as well. Hour one. Browner and they're looking a little bit drier. So again, I'm just spraying them down.
So during this second quarantine, I decided to pick up a show that I hadn't watched in a hot minute. And oh my gosh, I'm so glad I did. I am watching season 9 of American Horror Story. And if you need a show to really like boom your mind, you need to watch American Horror Story. And every season I think to myself, ugh, whatever, this is gonna be a dumb season, I'm not gonna like this show. And then within like first 2 episodes or so, I'm like, okay. And then just all of a sudden out of nowhere, these creators just destroy the show and you are sucked in. So, if you need a show to watch, my suggestion is American Horror Story.
We are 3 hours into our ribs. They look beautiful. They got that mahogany color. Got that darkness to it. This is the part where I'm going to bring them inside and I'm going to wrap them in foil.
And you can pray that they don't break as you pull them across, right?
Yep. Okay, now is my secret part, guys. You're going to take these off, you're going to wrap these. What I start with is butter. Get the butter on the ribs here.
We use fancy butter over here at the house.
Good old squeeze butter, never failed me. Get us a nice buttery taste. Next ingredient is the brown sugar. Brown sugar is going to go sprinkled all over the meat side of our ribs. What that's going to do is going to give us a
Do you hear the gremlins
nice,
in the background fighting?
sweet bark.
Gremlins keep fighting. I might get a rack, you get a rack. What do you think about that, Daddy?
I'm down with that.
They are currently fighting because they have to clean their rooms. And they like to take things out of each other's rooms and then throw it into their rooms and then make each other mad.
Alright, we've got most of our brown sugar on. Just a little bit more.
Does it matter if you do light or dark?
That's got to be brown sugar.
Right. Did you know that there's light and dark brown sugar?
No, I did not know there's such thing as light brown sugar.
You're holding the light brown sugar.
Okay, I didn't know there So it's dark brown sugar. I just want all this brown sugar.
You want to use dark brown sugar when you're making and baking.
Okay. So that brown sugar is going to give us a nice bark, a sweet taste coming through. My next ingredient, all right, is a secret ingredient of mine. A lot of people put honey on this, which I've done several times. Also, again, brings up the sweet, caramelizes when you're smoking it. My secret ingredient that I love is maple syrup on the ribs.
That's a maple cream syrup.
Yeah, so I've done this, and it makes the meat fall off the bone, caramelizes just great, and just gives it another sweet flavor. I like sweet barbecue. Some people like hot barbecue. Some people like really smoky barbecue, but I like my barbecue sweet because I don't put sauce on my barbecue.
Because what do we say in our house?
You put sauce on bad barbecue.
No, we said good barbecue don't need no sauce.
Yeah, good barbecue don't need no sauce.
Because barbecue is a way of cooking, not a way of eating.
Yeah, so now we're going to wrap our barbecue. Okay, so we're going to have, this is the meat side right here. This meat side is going to go down on the smoker now. So the meat can get flavored and tender, meat side down. Okay, finished product of the ribs. Looks amazing, smells amazing. Alright, let's see if we can break this in half with our hands or just pull a bone out because it should be fall off the bone. Oh, look at that. It just pulls right off. Truly fall off the bone. This is going to be a great rib. I cannot wait to dig in. Oh,
The bone.
my mouth is watering. Watering so much. I'm sure yours will be too. And for me, that was probably the best rib, hands down, I've ever had in my entire life. Some of the people behind me may disagree, but I don't care about their opinion right now because that was the best ribs I've ever had.
Awesome.
Got one gremlin down, he's liking it. Gremlin number 2? What do you think? I don't know what that means.
Oh, come on.
Okay, anyways, we'll see you guys tomorrow, and remember, don't feed your gremlins ribs after midnight.